Hello, my name is Daniel Elroy. I'm the President and CEO of NSGIS, or North-South GIS. I'm going to make a brief presentation today about our software, Enesgy Documents, which helps customers to search and retrieve documents both spatially and using document metadata. NSGIS has been around for about 13 years. We are an active and vigorous participant in the Esri world. We're an Esri Gold partner. We're also a business partner with Latitude Geographics, implementing their GeoCortex software, and with Safe Software, implementing their FME software. Especially relevant to today's presentation is the fact that we're also a partner with Novotx, the makers of Elements XS. So before I start talking about the specifics of Enesgy Documents relevant to Elements XS and showing you an example of how Novotx and NSGIS have worked together, let me tell you a little bit about Enesgy Documents. When does somebody need Enesgy Documents? Well, before you break ground to repair a main, before you sign a lease or an easement document with a new tenant or a new landowner, before you react to a condition assessment and launch into costly repairs, before you survey a new capital project. Before you do all those, you want to have the right documents, but all you really have is this. And even if you have an electronic document management system, really your electronic library, if you search it, what you want is this, just the right documents, and all too often what you get is that. A whole lot of noise. A whole lot of noise that can also mask the fact that you don't have the right documents at all. You may be a GIS professional. You may be familiar with the way that GIS professionals attach documents to one feature at a time. But your end users are not GIS professionals. It's hard to attach documents over and over to each feature separately and then keep them updated. And it's also hard to search for documents in that way. And besides, your end users don't know what a feature is. They know where they are. That they know. Also, consider the fact that you may not have actually mapped features to which to attach the documents yet. So what you need is Enesgy Documents. That way, when you're working out in the field, just as an example, you can pull up the documents that are specific to that area. You can search for documents directly from a map, or combine map and metadata searches. You can review the results in lists or on a map. You can manage your data like spreadsheets or through maps. You can generate reports relevant to your project areas or areas of interest. And you can even select certain documents that are of particular interest, zip them, and ship them to whoever needs them. So let's take a look at how NSGIS and Novotx integrated Enesgy Documents with Elements XS. We did this for a client in Washington State, and I have a video that I'm going to run you through, and I'm going to narrate it right now. So you're all familiar with Elements, and you know that if you go into a particular task or work order, you can scroll down and you can bring up a quick location map for that particular asset or that location. Now with Enesgy Documents, not only can you zoom in on the assets of interest and click on them to get information, as shown here, for example, on this hydrant, but you can also click on the project that may have been the one that installed that hydrant and those pipes in that area, and then retrieve the documents associated with that project. Here we see a list of 4 documents that are associated with that entire project. Well, let's close that and go back to the map interface that most Elements XS are more comfortable with because it takes up more of the screen, which is where we're also more comfortable when we are searching for and retrieving documents. So here we are in the same project area, and we'll zoom in. And what you'll notice are these orange polygons. They describe the footprints of engineering projects that together put these assets in the ground for the client. And that way, in addition to retrieving information about a particular asset, you're also clicking on the polygon that describes the project. And from there, you can retrieve all the documents associated with it, and then take a look at the metadata of those documents and retrieve the documents. In addition to clicking on the map to retrieve documents, there is a sophisticated search mechanism in Enesgy Documents. Let's take a look at it now. There is a quick search where you can just put in one word or a few words, and there's also a spatial search, but let's look at the advanced search. In advanced search, you can combine all 3 types. You can type in a keyword, for instance, hydrant, and you'll see that it found 2 facilities or 2 projects that had 2 documents that had the word hydrant in them. So the word hydrant may have appeared in the document metadata or in the project metadata. And if I click on the locate tool, it zooms into the project, and I can look at the metadata of the document itself, and then I can open it. So that is a keyword search that looks through the metadata of both the projects and the documents. Let's refine that search. And in this case, we actually have access to all the attributes, all the metadata of the projects. So we'll look for just documents created by one engineering company. We can do things like date ranges. We can look at the descriptions of the categories, and you see now it narrowed down the search to 1. But it shows us that there are actually 15 other documents in this project. They may not be related to hydrants, but it says, hey, would you like to look at the others? And in this case, I said yes. Now I'm clicking on certain documents that are of particular interest to me, and it builds a list at the bottom, which I can export, give it a name, or take the default name, and it gives me a zip file containing those documents, so I can send them to a contractor or anybody else who's interested in that. So this is a quick video of this integration that Novotx and NSGIS did. And as you can see here, that the Enesgy Documents toolbar fits right in the same user interface as the Elements toolbar. They just sit side by side, but all within Elements. So really, you can look at Enesgy Documents as an add-on or an extension to Elements. There are many use cases for using Enesgy Documents. For instance, capital project tracking, record drawing management, property management, condition assessment management, because all of those combine the need for data, maps, and documents. We can deploy the solution either on-premise, in which case it's in a data center, maybe a virtualized data center, and in which case our licensing today is still based on servers, just like most customers license their GIS and their Elements software. We can also deploy in the private cloud, in which case our licensing is either server-based or subscription, named user-based. And for people who don't have the infrastructure, we do offer the software in the cloud, completely in the cloud, by subscription, in which case it's only offered by subscription licensing based on the number of editors and viewers of the data. Where documents are stored, there are several options. They can be stored in your cloud or in an electronic document management system or on network folders on your network. And it gets a little bit more involved as to where things are stored and the pros and cons of doing so, and it gets into permissions and network security and so on. Nonetheless, there are many options, and the implementation is secure and quite versatile. If you'd like more information, please go to nsg.com and under NSG software, look for the Enesgy Documents section and take a look at some of the videos, look at some of the frequently answered questions, and then contact us at info@nsgis.com or call us on the numbers you see here. Thank you very much for your attention.